So Chad and I are sitting on the street bench on Maine and Manitoba, and this guy drove around the corner and he rolled down his window and was like, "Do you guys need a ride somewhere?" And we were both confused because we looked behind us and was wondering who he was talking to, but we were both like, "No man, thanks." And then he's like, "Alright," and he drove away. He was faith in humanity restored. Day 3, just the morning. It's about 7 a.m. Last night, Chad and I walked around downtown for a good portion of the evening, and then he had to go back home just for whatever reasons, and then so from 4 a.m. till 6:30 a.m. I stayed in a safe location, but not going to say where. But I had to leave before other people showed up, so I left and came to the police station, where almost immediately after sitting down, an officer stepped out and asked me what I was doing here. And turns out he said that, in Moose Jaw, people kind of look out for one another, which is nice. He said whenever there's somebody lying around or anything like that, they call the police just to make sure that person's doing okay, whereas in other cities, in Saskatchewan, some of the larger centers, that this might not be the case. If somebody's lying on the sidewalk, they kind of just leave them to let them fend for themselves. So that was really nice to see and to hear that those officers, get those calls from people in the community. So thank you for that. Sitting outside the police station and for another hour until 8 a.m. I don't want to leave because I don't want to be walking around town once again by myself for an hour. So I'm just waiting here in the safest location I can think of by myself. And they know that I'm here, so that's good too. And then at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be leaving and going to Vanier to watch Dr. Ryan Mealy present and meet him. And so that our presentation on October 23rd at 11:45 till 1 at Riverside Mission with Dr. Ryan Mealy, I know I'm prepared to hear what he has to say ahead of time and help him out with looking for people to sign letters of support for a Saskatchewan provincial poverty reduction strategy. If you are interested after watching a couple of these videos online, you can go to www.povertycost.ca. There will be a Take Action Now button that you can go to and, send a letter to government supporting the efforts towards having a poverty reduction strategy for our province. We're only one of 2 in Canada that doesn't have one. So if you have any questions, you can also contact me at work. My phone number is 690-1288. Check in a little bit later. So it's almost noon. It's about 11:30, I think. I just finished at Vanier watching Dr. Ryan Mealy, who's going to be presenting on next Thursday. And I have virtually had no sleep in the past 2 days. I haven't taken my shoes off. I've calculated since 6:30 yesterday morning. I really can't wait to take them off. I'm walking to VLA / the new West Park area north of VLA. From Vanier to babysit my niece and nephew, as my brother is coaching a volleyball tournament and my sister-in-law is very, very sick, apparently. So hopefully they're going to give me room and board and some meals. Okay, so what did Auntie have for supper today? Was it crackers?
Crackers.
Did she have water?
Water.
Yeah? What else did she have? That was it?
That was it.
Yeah! What did we do today?
We watched TV.
Yeah, we watched some TV and you went biking.
And I went biking.
Yeah! So, end of day 3, you saw most of the day. The only thing you might have missed is watching the hockey game with my brother. There was a couple things that I just wanted to mention. My challenges, I guess, for the day was that at the beginning of this kind of clip cycle, you might have saw me sitting on the bench downtown talking about the faith in humanity restored. And, I keep flipping back to that because, it's really nice to see these people in Moose Jaw stepping out and lending that helping hand. But I was so delirious and giddy. I was just laughing the whole time telling this story. So it just goes to show, how lack of sleep can have such a hard effect on your brain and some of the emotions that you might roller coaster through in a day. I also had a couple of people mention to me that I'm not actually living homeless is the argument. And You know what? They're kind of right, but kind of wrong in the same sense. I have literally locked my door and have not gone home for an entire week. So, in a sense, I have been without a home for right now 3 days, but hopefully for the whole challenge. And yes, I my sleeping circumstances each night might be more improved than those of individuals who are living homeless, but the reality is that the friends and family that I would contact, they live in a little bit more wealthier environment or houses or situations. So when I stay at their house, that's the house that they have and that's the couch that I surf on. Individuals living in poverty, not saying that they don't have wealthier friends, but they also might have some friends who are living below that poverty line, and as a result, they would be maybe catching a night on friends' couches, in a little bit harsher environments. But the reality is it is a place to stay, and in -40 weather in Saskatchewan, that's what you're gonna do. So, although I might not be doing the harshest of conditions and actually physically sleeping on the side of the street, I think my purpose of this is to raise awareness about poverty in the community, talk to people about why or some of the challenges that these people do face, and maybe put some faces to poverty, that it's not just these stereotyped or stigmatized individual who might be standing outside the liquor store. Poverty affects families, it affects couples, it affects individuals, and we just wanted to let everyone know the challenges that these individuals face when living in poverty. So if you do want to show some support or want to take action, there's many different ways. You can donate to the food bank, you can sign the petition for a Saskatchewan poverty reduction strategy, or you can sit on your local South Central Poverty Reduction Partnership Committee. All these are different options that you can do to help out. And I'm going to hit the hay here, but I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.